Hello guys, and welcome back to a new video. And in this video I'm going to cover how to solve one-step division inequalities. Now when we solve one-step inequalities, we want to isolate the variable, get it by itself on one side of the inequality. We do that by using inverse operations. So this is very similar to when we solve the equations. One thing we need to be aware of though, when it comes to inequalities, we flip the inequality symbol when multiplying or dividing both sides by a negative. And we will talk more about this later in the video. So let's jump into the number one, where we have y divided by 8 is less than or equal to 5. So the first thing we need to do is we need to isolate the variable, as you can see here. To isolate the variable, we are going to use the inverse or the opposite operation we were given. Now we were given division, so we are going to multiply. So we're going to multiply both sides by 8. Let's use this sign for multiplication, the little dot. So we're going to multiply both sides by 8. Now 8, so this cancels each other out, so we are left with our variable. Now our variable is going to be less than or equal to 5 times 8. Well, 5 times 8 equals 40, like this. So our variable has to be less than 40 or equal to 40. Now, of course, we can check this out by taking a test number. Now we're going to use a test number below 40 or 40. Let's think. Let's do test number 32. So we're going to plug 32 into our variable. Now, 32 divided by 8 will equal 4. 4 will equal 4. And as you can see, 4 is less than 5. So this means we have the correct answer. Now, also, if it was 5 instead of 4, it also would be correct because um, our answer has to be less than 5 or or equal to 5. Now, let's go to our second example where we have a divided by minus 6 is greater than 4. Now, the first thing we do is we are gonna um, isolate our variable. To isolate our variable, again, we're gonna use the opposite or inverse operation. So we're going to multiply both sides by minus 6. So times minus 6 and times minus 6. So these two cancel each other out again, so we are just left with our variable. But now, as you can see here, it says flip inequality symbol. Now, we flip our inequality symbol if we are dividing or multiplying both sides by a negative number. So we have a greater than symbol, we multiplied both sides by a negative number, so we're going to flip our symbol. So we get a is less than 4 times minus 6. Now, 4 times minus 6 will equal minus 24. So our answer is a is less than minus 24. And again, we can check this by taking a test number. So we're going to see. We have to take a test number which is lower than minus 24. So let's use minus 30. So we're going to plug minus 30. Minus 30 divided by minus 6 will equal 5. And now we see we had to get a greater than 4 number, and of course 5 is greater than 4. So now we know that we have the correct answer of a is less than minus 24. Now let's go over to the third example. For our third example, we have m divided by minus 9 is greater than or equal to minus 2. So again, we're going to isolate our variable. So we're going to do multiplied by minus 9 on both sides. Now, so these two cancel each other out, so we are just left with our variable. And again, we multiplied both sides by a negative number, so we're going to flip the inequality symbol. So we're going to do less than or equal to. So m is less than or equal to minus 2 times minus 9. Minus 2 times minus 9 will equal 18. 18. So our answer for our variable has to be less than or equal to 18. So we're going to use a test number again. For this test number, let's say 0. Let's use 0 just for the fun of it. So we're going to do 0 divided by minus 9, and this will equal 0, of course. And as you can see, 0 is more than or greater than or equal to minus 2, and this means we have the correct final answer. So now let's go over to our last example. For our last example, we have x divided by 3 is less than minus 7. Now, again, we're going to isolate our variable. So we're going to times or multiply both sides by 3, like this. So these two cancel each other out again, so we are just left with our variable. This time we didn't multiply by negative numbers, so our inequality symbol stays the same. So x is less than minus 7 times 3. Minus 7 times 3 equals minus 21. So this will be our answer. And again, we're going to test this. So let's use minus 30. So we're going to use minus 30 divided by 3. And this equals minus 30 divided by 3 equals minus 10. Minus 10. And we had to get a number less than minus 7, and we know that minus 10 is less than minus 7, so we know that our final answer of x is less than minus 21 is correct. And guys, this was basically the video. I hope you guys understand how to solve one-step division inequalities now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and of course, as every day, this was Mr. Mathz, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.